It says
Uh,
we're live.
yes, it does.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, August 7th, 2025, and it is exactly 3:05. And you may be wondering, why are we late? Well, the reason that we were late was we were trying to cut down on the uh, amount of time that we were bullshitting up front. And so we were bullshitting before we started, and somehow we just continued the conversation on. So that's why we're 5 minutes late.
Yeah, but
So
we're still here. That's what matters.
we're
We're
still
here.
here, right? And as of right now, whatever goes, goes. We'll try to keep it down, but hey, it is what it is. It's who we are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
With the we used to be able to have longer conversations about anything, about anything. And then when the baby came, conversations are almost nil. So most of the time, what you're hearing is what I'm hearing for the first time, and
Yep.
vice versa.
Yep.
But I am finished, all done with treatments today. I am a pin cushion per se, black and blue everywhere, but everything went well. We had no uh, nausea episodes at all anywhere in anybody's vehicle or on the way home, so that's a plus. And I am just down and out for the count. And Crazy B has a funny story today, I
My
think.
son. Oh my God. So he went for an interview at Valvoline today. Great. Awesome. Well, on his way there, the chain pops off his bike, but he left early enough that he still got there with 1 minute to spare, pouring sweat. And they took him in for the interview, offered him water. He absolutely took it. I love this boy. Oh, you asked for water. Okay, he got water. They helped him with water, and so he's in there, does his interview. They ask, "What do you know about cars?" And he tells them about the YouTube video he watched and the process of how to change oil in a car. And he left out that, what did they mix? Was it chocolate and Pepsi? That video, was it chocolate and Pepsi? Well, either way, these guys in Australia were putting something other than oil in, and he left that out of the interview part. So that was awesome that he knew to do that. But he did this completely on his own today. Got up there, and they helped him fix his bike when he left. They helped him put the chain back on. They said, "Do you have any further questions?" And he goes, "Do you know how to fix a bike chain?" Beautiful.
That was nice. And
I'm
what
so
condition
happy.
did you? Yeah, and what condition did you
Oh
find him
God,
in? You can.
he came back drenched in so much sweat. His shirt was soaked through. His pants were soaked through. His underwear, because he strips down to his underwear right in front of me in the room, and I'm just like, and he looks like he peed his underwear. He was so saturated in sweat. And I'm like, grab some water and dump this electrolyte powder in it at the one scoop so you're getting the full dose, and chug. You need to rehydrate so bad right now. His face was red. He had sweat pouring from everywhere. And then when he went to leave the room, he goes and smacks his toe against the wall, and he heard a snap. So I'm sure his toe is broken, but he'll be fine. Ice it, elevate it. We'll tape it if you need to walk somewhere. I've got this stuff and I know how to buddy tape. So, yeah, he's had a day, but he got through the interview and they said they'll let him know. So we'll see in a day or
That's
two.
good. Everybody, keep your fingers crossed. We can get my man a job. That would be
I know
cool.
but he shows tenacity,
Yes. How
determination.
far? How far away from the house is it, mile wise?
It is a 2 mile drive. It's a 10 minute. Let's see. No, it's a 2 mile. It's 2 miles from home. So, he got part of the way before the bike broke, and he had to walk the rest of the way. So I've done the 2 mile hikes and stuff like that between bus stop and work and whatever I needed to get to. So I understand what he's going through. This was at 10 in the morning, so it wasn't even the full strength of the sun beating down yet. it was a comfortable heat, but he's just not used to that endurance distancing. He's used to maybe a mile, then working for a little bit or sitting and then coming back. So this was a 2 mile there, 2 mile back with a bike. Well, part of the way there, all the way back. The bike lasted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a bit of a hike for him. And I mean, I used to do this every day. And so for me, no big deal. I mean, it would be now because I'm out of shape. But just saying, Buddy's not used to it. And he's finally getting there. And if he gets the job, it will be a routine thing that he would have to do until we can get him a driver's license or whatever we need to do that to get him there easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's quite a bit on the list. Why is this so zoomed
Well,
in?
that's good. Well, everybody keep your fingers crossed and say a little prayer.
Yep. Little guy desperately wants to get this any job because he likes
Right.
working. He likes his money.
Right.
And I don't blame him. I like money too. Problem is
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing OnlyFans, and even then they'd probably demand a refund, and I would have to pay for some lawsuit.
Ah,
Trauma induced something or another. So
there you
yeah,
go.
we're not going to go there.
Oh, gosh.
Oh come on, you know what's funny. Oh God, I apologize for anyone who is listening to me ramble, but yeah. So I got to find a way to make money that doesn't show my face. So yeah. Anywho's.
Okay, so we'll try to get started and stay on point.
Yeah, right. I don't like
Yeah.
being on point. On point
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, the good news is I don't have the baby, so thank goodness for that. And yeah, and I will digress. I thought today was the babysitting day, and it actually was yesterday. So by the time we finished, I had about approximately 35 minutes till I had to get to their house. And I walk in and he's in his swing, sound asleep, and I wanted to slap him, but I couldn't.
Maybe have them bring the swing down for you.
I was thinking about it. So what happens? They walk out the door, and 5 minutes later he wakes up. I was like, oh! So
he loves
pretty
you,
good.
and he wants to spend as much time with you as possible.
No, he was in shock because he was like,
how did you get here?
Exactly. He's like, what's this bitch doing in my house? I don't want her here. I just saw her. And so I took him out of the swing, and he pretty much sat on my lap the entire time, except when I had him on the couch with Jacob, and we watched Minions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, we saw the fourth one, which I had never seen. That was pretty cute. And he was pretty good. He didn't scream, and I'm like, why can't you behave like this when you're at my house? But whatever. So I didn't get home till almost 11, and we had to be out of the house by 7:30 almost, and it was just a day.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, so EJ had to do the picking up and all of that, and so we don't have them, so we won't hear any wah, wah.
Oh, but we like the Guatemalan dictator being in charge. Hey, Blue Rose, and hi, Art.
Hey, Blue.
I used to be a male member model in my 20s, but everything seems to sag with age. Well, that's like my ex-husband's uncle, who was a very popular go-go dancer in a large city not too far from me, and made a ton of money off of it. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to knock that. If you can make money off of your looks, go for it. I know I can't.
What I say. Hey, do me a favor and throw the chat up on my side, please.
It's going to be in the way of some of the articles, so I'll have to move it with one of the articles.
Okay.
But I will
We'll
put it
do it
up in the
later then.
meantime. Well, no, it's not going to be in the way of the first article we cover, except, well, the title, which I can move it after that. But, yep, you should be able to see it.
Hold on. It helps if you hit watch the stream, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it really does. It does definitely help, just so you know.
Okay. All right. So, can you shrink the article down a little bit?
Like, oh,
Or
you
do
know
you
what I
gotta move?
could do? Hold on, let me see. Can I do this and this, and then hold on. Let me
Moment, please, by Crazy Bee Experiments.
do
That's not too bad.
this, and let me see how it looks over here.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not shabby.
it works.
Yeah, it does. I can
But
see the
will it work
bot. I
with
can see.
this one?
No,
I'm
it
going to
covers
have
it
to
up a little
let
bit.
me do this. Okay, now
Oh,
we know for a fact it will work. Let me
yeah.
double check. Sorry, folks. Yeah, look at that. It
There
works.
you go.
Woohoo!
Okay, so we got Hey Blue Rose in the chat. I see you. Hey Art, I see you too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep. I got it to where D can
all
see the
right.
chat, and I can just pin whichever so ones I want to choose
Here you
by
go.
clicking on them, and then I unpin
All
them
right.
later.
So everybody, please don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever. Join the
All that fun
Discord.
stuff.
Yeah, all the fun stuff. All right. So first up, as of yesterday, this article was put out, and Trump is threatening to take. Well, he has been, but now things have escalated with the attack of the. Oh man, this goes with Art's comment in a way, with big balls being beaten.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Trump is threatening to take bring in the National Guard into D.C. to take over control of them after the ex-Doge employee was attacked.
Yep.
And
This all ties in.
crime is totally out of control. Judge Jeanine Pirro, who has been appointed the U.S. attorney, whatever,
General?
judge general for
No,
D.C.
Pam Bondi's
D.C.
Attorney General.
Yeah, so she's a district. Yeah, what
She's
is
a
she? The
district
U.S.
one.
district. Yeah, she's something in D.C. now, the big shot, and she reports to Bondi. She is making similar statements about how crime is out of control in D.C., which, like, we didn't know that.
No,
But
really. Like, what made
yeah,
them ever think such a thing was possible?
right.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
jeez.
she's also wanting the laws to change because, well, we'll go through this. The attacks were made by and many more crimes are being made by juveniles, and she can't touch them in her role. They're going to the family division, and family division is just releasing them.
Yep, Family
Okay?
Division's like, oh, slap on the hand. Don't do that again. That's
Exactly.
a no-no. Like
Right.
sticking a fork in a light socket.
Or you might need family counseling. So they're getting away with major crimes instead of some type of juvenile detention.
Mm-hmm.
So Hero wants to bring something back in that forum. Okay, so Trump is threatening to take that federal control over. And I think
Mm-hmm.
this is just a brief, well, we'll
Oh, no,
go
we do
through it
have the
here.
full article. If you want
Yeah,
to read the brief, or do you want to read the full article?
let's see the article.
Okay.
President, okay, so Trump once again threatened to take federal control of the District of Columbia in a lengthy Truth Social post shared Tuesday after a famed former Department of Government Efficiency DOGE employee was allegedly beaten in the national capital. What we know, Trump said local youths and gang members are randomly attacking mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens, at the same time knowing that they will be almost immediately released in his post, before calling for DC to change its laws so that teenagers 14 and older can be prosecuted as adults and therefore face longer prison sentences. The president additionally shared a photo of a young, shirtless individual covered in blood. He said the victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Multiple sources told Fox News Digital that the person in the photo is Edward Coristine, a teenager known as Big Balls, who previously worked for Doge. The sources that said that Coristine was violently attacked Sunday or early Monday. Sources tell Fox 5 DC that the incident happened at Swan Street and 14th Street in Northwest DC. Perhaps it should have been done a long time ago, then this incredible young man and so many others would not have had to go through the horrors of violent crime, Trump wrote. If this continues, I am going to exert my powers and federalize this system. Make America great again. Former Doge head Elon Musk weighed in on X, sharing more of the story. A few days ago, a gang of about a dozen young men tried to assault a woman in her car at night in D.C., Musk wrote. A @Doge team member saw what was happening, ran to defend her, and was severely beaten to the point of concussion, but he saved her. It is time to federalize D.C. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Trump said either they're going to straighten out their act in terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run. Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and importantly for the world to see, Trump added in his Truth Social post. If D.C. does not get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run and put criminals on notice that they are not going to get away with it anymore.
I think it's about time, but I do want to add, these teens know well enough that what they're doing is wrong. And they are still going out mugging and assaulting people. I think that at that point they know it's wrong what they're doing. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't this blame it on the video games crap. They know what the hell they're doing. And they do deserve to be tried as adults, in my personal opinion.
Especially when it escalates to such a level of violence.
Yeah.
You know,
and I know mob mentality is easier with children, but I don't care. At that point, y'all, all of you are all getting in trouble because, and I don't want to hear, well, I didn't have a choice. They would have hurt me too. You go tell a parent before it gets to that threat. Make an excuse. I gotta pee. And then go get an adult.
They know right from wrong at that age.
Yes.
You know,
according to the Bible, the age of accountability, I believe, is like 13.
Lower it to 13, then.
That's what I think.
Okay, what they're saying, and here we go. Here's our answer. I knew she was something. She is the U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro said in a statement that it's time we start taking crime more seriously, irrespective of the age of the criminal. No longer can we coddle criminals while innocent victims are being assaulted and maimed as criminals avoid consequences, she added. It's time for this to end. DC's Attorney General Brian Schwab said in a statement that no one who lives, works, or visits DC should experience this. It is horrific and disturbing, he added. I cannot comment on specific cases, but know that when MPD brings us cases with sufficient evidence of juveniles who have broken the law and hurt people, we will prosecute them and ensure that they face consequences for their actions. The backstory. This isn't the first time the president has threatened to federalize the city. In early July, Trump said during a cabinet meeting that he was thinking about taking over the city, adding that we could run D.C., we'd get the best person to run it. The crime would be down to a minimal, it'd be much less, he said. Then later last month, he made similar comments. While discussing homelessness in cities across the country, he said, "We've got to get the mayor to run this city properly. The city has to be run," he added. "I have the right to take it over." Digging deeper, it's worth noting that Trump can't simply sign an executive order to federalize D.C. Congress would have to abolish the city's home rule, which allows for a locally elected D.C. council and a mayor. Plus, only a few Republicans currently support this repeal. Trump could, however, more easily take over the Metropolitan Police Department, something he tried to do before. Despite the president's claim about D.C. crime, it was down 35% in 2024 from the previous year. Data from the district shows that violent crime is down in 2025 compared with 2024 as well.
But it's still too much crime.
Okay, I guarantee you, as someone who did crime stats for the city, I guarantee you that those statistics have been manipulated or they have not been turned in correctly. Yeah. I'd be willing to audit
you
those
know
records.
you know how the process goes.
Oh, I know the process way too well. Oh, way too well. Yeah. 35% my ass. Yeah, right.
Yeah. More like they've recategorized what these crimes are.
Exactly. That's right. You downgrade the crime to the lowest denominator as possible, and
Yeah.
then some. And then you don't turn the shit in on time. I guarantee you there's some finagling going on in there. Okay, what do we got going on in the comments before we go on, Crazy B?
I was going to say, Art just added to the convo. DC is a federal property by the Constitution. It's the federal government that created the quasi-city type government. So they would have to change the law a little bit. Art also added at one point, I am not a fan of the federal government getting involved in local issues, but DC is a special case. And Vanilla Pie chimed in with what Trump wants to ban murder? What a crazy concept.
Yeah, I see you, Blue, in there with your eyeballs, girl. All right.
Next article, then. All right.
Okay. Now, this is just a quick summation that I just happened to go pull real quick. But since we were talking about this yesterday, I saw a video that I pulled. Newsom from California, that lovely governor who wants to run for president.
No, this is a different article.
I know it is. It is. I didn't give that one to you. I'm just giving you a little bit of backstory here.
Okay.
Why that got pulled. But so Newsom held a meeting with his cabinet, and some of the messaging got leaked out of what he wanted to do. And he said that if Texas went through with that new redistricting that we just talked about yesterday, that some people in the chat said we're interested in, with that redistricting, that Newsom was going to have a special ballot put out asking his constituents, did they want to see redistricting in their areas? Now, right now, it's against the law for them to do that. It has to go on a ballot because Californians had voted to stop redistricting altogether, that it had to go through a special committee, company, whatever. The politicians were going to keep their hands out of it because they were just sick and tired of all the redistricting that occurred. Yeah. So Newsom was trying to get the power back. Okay, so I went to go pull the article on Newsom, and this is what popped. And so, well, we got that as well. So right now, the FBI has agreed to aid in the search for those missing Texas Democrats who fled the redistricting session. So those people that are in New York, Illinois, etc., where else did they flee to? Portland, a couple other places. The FBI is getting involved on a manhunt. So I say get them. So
Get
now
their
it's going to
asses
be,
and make them do their
yep.
job. Or
So
they
now,
get to sit in jail till they decide to do their job.
so I think this is going to be a fascinating outcome. So now, with that being said, this is just the summation, not no in-depth thing. But as of the 7th of 2025, U.S. Senator John Cornyn announced that the FBI will collaborate with Texas authorities to track down Democrat legislators who left the state to prevent a redistricting vote. The lawmakers absconded starting August 3rd, 2025, to break quorum and stall redistricting, prompting Governor Greg Abbott to file a lawsuit seeking to remove House Democratic leader Gene Wu. Abbott and Attorney General Paxton have threatened legal measures such as declaring seats vacant and pursuing arrests, but political experts note that the governor does not have sole power to immediately expel absent lawmakers. Senator Cornyn expressed his appreciation that FBI.
Whoops, sorry. Whoops.
That's okay.
Clear.
Yep, that FBI Director Kash Patel has granted his appeal for federal support to help state and local authorities track down Texas House Democrats who have fled, stressing the importance of holding these legislators accountable for their responsibilities. The standoff complicates the special legislative session as Democrats remain out of state and Abbott vows to keep calling sessions until redistricting maps pass, signaling ongoing political conflict and legal challenges.
Yep, those are the summaries of all the articles that are out there.
Right. Now, do you have that other? Was there another one I sent you, Crazy B?
Let me look.
There should have been another one with other states jumping in on the bandwagon.
Hold on. Oh, there was 2 articles sent. Whoops.
Yeah.
Hold on. Copy link. Oh no, this is behind Newsom, and then one was behind the Texas people getting arrested. I found the Newsom article you sent. It was down lower. But I will drop that in the chat, even unless you want to read it really quick.
Yeah, go ahead real quick, because that's just a summation as well, and that's about the other states, which I think. So, other Democratic governors. Now, I find this interesting. First, it was Texas, then Newsom hops in on the bandwagon, and now all the other Democratic governors are going to throw their support behind Newsom. And just wait till you hear some of the names.
Hold on 1 second. I'm adding it to the list.
Okay, hon. And we see you adding it to the list.
Well, you do.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
Yep.
1 moment, please. We are experiencing editing additions.
Okay. I'm just updating the list as we go. Now you can see the chat again. And
there you go.
There's the article. And yeah, they saw me pull up the article. I apologize. Well, it is what it
okay.
is. They didn't see too much of my stuff, so.
Yeah, that's fine. So, as I mentioned, other Democrat governors are now going to get behind Newsom, and they back partisan redistricting. So again, this is just a summation. On Friday, the Democratic Governors Association called for an aggressive, in-kind response to Texas Republicans' redistricting efforts unveiled Wednesday to flip 5 Democratic seats. On Wednesday, Texas Republicans released their proposed congressional map, which could flip 5 Democratic seats in next year's midterm elections amid GOP efforts to redraw district lines after Trump urged creation of 5 more seats. And here's our man, Minnesota Governor Tim, aka Tampon Tim Walz, says it's incumbent upon states to respond in kind. In Kansas government, Laura Kelly argued she would level the playing field if needed. On Thursday, Governor Gavin Newsom announced a plan to hold a November special election to counteract Republican redistricting efforts. With redistricting momentum, other Republican-led states, including Florida, New York, and Missouri, are considering mid-decade redistricting ahead of the 2026 midterm elections.
Yep.
So this just means, why don't we all just sit on the floor, get the crayons and paper, and just start scrabbling everywhere? Because what a clusterfuck. I mean, really. It just, when's it going to ever stop? I mean, it's okay that the Dems have been doing this for years. Now the Republicans are doing it, and now they don't having a hissy fit. There's somebody, you took my ball. No, you kicked me in the sandbox. No, now we got to be aggressive. Everybody redo your line.
No, what it is there's 3 toy trucks, but you're using the one that's mine. Out of all 3 out of 2 that are available, the one you are using is the one I want to use. I have seen that in a playground before. It's like, you see those 2 right there? They're not the same. How are they not the same? They're all yellow. They all have 4 tires. What do you mean they're not the same?
Right.
They just want it because somebody else has it. And again, instead of the kid being forced to go pick up a different one, the parents step in and make the one kid give it up and go get a different one because that kid's being a spoiled brat. Yeah. Anyways, Art wanted to chime in on this. California has a law that takes redistricting out of the hands of politicians. It's done by a commission. And he also adds that of the 52 districts in California, something like 9 are held by Republicans. So it's not really a big deal.
Right. Yeah, I said as much.
Why are they doing this shit? They don't need to.
Yeah, I said as much that the California had, I don't know how many years it's been, but they had voted to end politicians meddling in redistricting. They stopped it. It was the constituents said, you guys are going to keep your hands. You're not going to meddle. You're not going to redistrict. Now,
yeah, I don't think districting should. I know they need to do districting. I get it, but they change it as the populations change. Is the way it's supposed to be. Not because we're going to lose seats here, so we have to redistrict to gain seats over there.
Well, here's what's interesting about California, though. The statistics show that the majority of Californians want the politicians to go back to doing it. And what's funny, as you said, they can only squeeze so many more seats out of it. There's nothing left to squeeze. It's absolutely... And it's going to cost approximately $1 million to
go
pull
through
off.
And redistrict. Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And do they care? Nope. They just want to turn America into a communist state.
Exactly.
And that can almost be proven. Like, just listen to them. That's all there is needed.
And the fact that, again, see, I just don't understand. I must be missing something. Well, no, that's not true, because if the governors are meeting on a regular basis, I would say they're probably in the know. All the losers are getting together going, what can we do to mess things up? You know what I mean?
They're not Hoosiers, they're Bluesers.
I guess. I don't know. Alrighty. So
It's
that's
gotten ridiculous the way they've been behaving lately. It really has gotten ridiculous. All these politicians.
well, the more we talk about it, the more you find out they got to go.
I really think we should do a clean slate. Fire them
Uh,
all, including the ones we like. Fire them all and start fresh. And
I'm
put a
down for that.
lot more rules on them so they can't
Yep,
do these loophole bullshit things they've been doing for the last 200 plus years.
I agree.
And I want psych evals on all of them. And drug screening,
Well,
daily drug and alcohol screening. If you
mhm.
are too intoxicated to drive, you're too intoxicated to legislate.
What if
That's all
my
I can
chauffeur?
say.
What if my chauffeur brings me though?
I don't care. You're too intoxicated to legislate.
Okay.
I want full screenings on them every day. Screw y'all. 10 panel, 20 panel. There we go. 20 panel. Y'all
There you
ain't
go.
getting away with jack. Anywho's,
All
we
right.
have our
What's up
videos
next?
up next.
Okay.
The first one we got on this list is that young guy interviewing black people to see if they can. What did he say after they can't name one black invention?
Hmm.
So let's see how this pans out. I'm kind of, you know, I don't want to take away credit because, again, have they maybe modified an invention that they deserve some credit for modifying? Yes, but you can't claim they invented it. However, they've done a lot of good. There are a lot of black people who've done a lot of good things. So I don't want this to be a takeaway that, oh, black people
Yeah,
don't
it's
provide
not.
anything to
No,
the
it's
community. Don't
right.
ever
Let's
think
play
that.
it first. Play it first, Crazy B. Then we'll
Okay.
go.
All right. So let me turn this on and hit play.
Guys, we're in Miami Beach today. We're going to be asking people, should there
Can't
be a
hear it.
White History Month? And we'll see
What'd
how
you
people
say?
answer.
Cannot hear it.
Again?
Yep.
Oh, well, it's better than what it has done before. 1 second. Let me start it again. Not the video again, but for D in Discord. Okay. Let's. Can you hear it now?
So let's just get right into it.
No, ma'am.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not lying.
I'm frustrated. Okay, let's try it this way. You want to be that way? Okay. Does this way work?
If I made a petition to start White History Month, would you sign?
No.
No? Okay.
One moment, please.
Grrr.
D is experiencing technical difficulties.
All right, let me try starting this again.
People, should there be a White
You hear it?
History Month? And
Nope.
we'll see how.
You've got to be kidding me.
Mm-mm. I'll go out to Rumble on my phone.
Okay. Hopefully it won't echo back on what we're doing. Why
Oh,
is
that's
it?
funny.
Why
You know
is
what?
it
I'll
not
just.
doing that?
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
No, hold
Uh,
on.
One moment, please. We are now experiencing technical difficulties.
Very much technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to have to go deeper into the settings for 1 second. I need to make sure this is not being stupid. And it might take me a moment. Oh, that's why. That isn't going to be fun, though. Um, Was the audience able to hear it? Nope, they're just laughing. Um,
Lou,
okay,
did
they
you
said
hear?
they could hear it fine. They said they
Okay.
could hear it fine, so it's not just going to my headphones, which means that I don't know what to do.
I'll listen to it on Rumble, Crazy Bee. We'll figure it out. Go ahead, hit
Okay.
play.
All right, let me hit play.
How people answer. So let's just get right into it. If I made a petition to start White History Month, would you sign it?
Yeah.
You would?
Yes.
Do you think that's important?
Yes.
If I had a petition for this month to be White History Month, would you sign it?
Here's the thing.
I won't answer that right now.
Do you think there should
The
be a
first
White
signs of
History
sciatic
Month?
nerve decay may surprise you.
Oh my
Oh, Dee, we
God.
can hear your advertisement.
That's good. Yeah, if you have sciatic problems, here's what you need to do.
Okay, I'm going to hit play. It sounds like your advertisement's over.
No, it doesn't want to skip. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Now
Now
go.
this is fun.
Oh, why am I
Hold on now.
doing this? I'm not even sharing it to everybody yet. Oh my God. I am so sorry, folks. No wonder why y'all can't hear or see it.
God.
I am
Go ahead.
absolutely so sorry. It's a little low. Okay, let me bump it up just a tad. Okay, now let's hit play. Oh my God, I am so sorry. And D, it's probably going to reverb into your microphone. So, maybe cover the mic
Go
a
ahead.
little, and that way it
Yeah, go
doesn't come
ahead.
into it. Okay.
Go ahead. First, I got to see if it comes up on the screen.
Guys, we're in Miami Beach today. We're going to be asking people,
Come
should
on,
there be
something's weird.
Oh,
Why
is
is
there
it
a
not
delay
on
in
my
Rumble?
phone?
No, hold on. Get it to the live point. You're probably back a few moments, and there is a bit of a lag. So
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to see it and hear it before you do on the phone.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Now, is it on
Wait a minute.
Is it updated to live, or is it still back a few moments?
Hold on, cause go ahead, hit play.
White History
It might
Month?
take 3 seconds
and
for
we'll
you
see
to
how
see
people
it.
answer. So let's just get right
I
into
can
it.
see it.
If I made a petition to start White History Month, would you sign it?
There we go. I
You
got
would?
him.
Yes.
Do you think that's important?
Yes.
If I had a petition for this month to be White History Month, would you sign it?
I won't answer that right now.
Do you think there should be a White History Month?
No.
Go
That
ahead,
was the
hit play.
question. I think every day is already
White
White
History
History
Month.
Month. So you guys don't
See how
see it.
people answer.
Yeah,
So let's just
respectfully.
get
But
right
I love white people though. Y'all cool.
Do you think we should have White History Month?
Sign it.
Oh, D, I
There we
can
go.
hear that really loud coming through. Maybe it's because it's on the Discord's picking it up on the tablet.
Is that better?
We'll find out.
Wait a minute. Why you do that?
What? It's a genuine question. Do you think we should have a White History Month?
White History Month?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, should we?
That's definitely a random one. I feel like white history is every single day, you know? I feel like I'm not racist, but I feel like we got it good, man, right?
Do you think we should have White History Month?
I'll let her answer because she's half white.
Honestly, no.
Why not?
I think that white history is celebrated every day anyway. I don't think there needs to be a specific day.
Why do you think a lot of people think that's racist to say that?
Unfortunately, we live in the world that it's racist. So, but for me, there is no color. We are humans.
You don't think there should be a White History Month?
I'm not going to answer that right now.
Should there be a Black History Month?
I ain't going to answer that right now either.
No comment?
No comment.
Why not? Why is that so taboo to answer?
It's not up for discussion at this moment.
Why should there be a Black History Month?
Because Black people went through different things that you guys didn't encounter, like slavery.
I mean, everybody was slaves at one point.
I want to pause right here, and I know it's about to get there. She talks about the struggle Black people went through, but no one, in no history book in America, was I taught about my ancestors in Czechoslovakia, at the time it was one country, being enslaved by the Muslim Turks. It was never mentioned. Only reason I knew it, my grandfather and my own research. I think she's a little out of line.
I don't know where we're at, so I can't chime in.
Oh, you're almost there. I'll give it a few seconds for you to chime in.
Okay, I must have missed it because
she was saying we should have Black History Month because Black people were like enslaved and had these struggles, and that's why I brought up. It wasn't nowhere in our American history books or what I was taught about European history and where I went to school. I was never taught about my own ancestors being enslaved by Muslim Turks. I had to find that out before I found out before I even went to college, but I had known about it for a bit, but it could not be discussed. It was not to be brought up. It was taboo. Do not talk about it in my college classes or any of my history courses. They didn't want to hear about it. Yeah.
There are so many cultures, so many peoples that have been enslaved throughout history. It is just not the African American community.
Bingo.
And
that's the only reason they deserve a history month?
Right. Plus
we need to talk about that.
Plus they have Martin Luther King Day. Plus they have Juneteenth. And when it's brought up, the comment has always been, but you white people have the 4th of July. Which makes me laugh. The 4th of July is a holiday for all Americans, I thought.
Anyone and everyone in America is here out of what we fought for the freedoms and all that.
Right.
That they all use. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. I think that's a bullshit excuse.
Yeah. And the reason that this video is being shown at this particular time is that we've gone from various races, from the Somalians, from the Haitians, discussing Hispanics, etc., that we're kind of trying to wind through what race relations, and by no means have we touched upon all of them. But just getting a generalized feeling for what's being said or what is the thought process out there in America, what's going on.
And these young kids have no clue. I mean, we don't even want to get started into the Cherokee that runs in my kids' veins from their dad's side.
I was just going to say, look at Native Americans and how they're treated in the United States still.
Historically and currently.
That's correct. And the tribes, how they fought. And they enslaved one another.
Yeah.
What about the Egyptians? What about the slaves in the Egyptian times? What about that? What about the modern day slavery that's still going on in the Middle East? China. What about that? Why is that all okay?
I know. Art says the Chinese were effectively slaves to the railroads in California, and nobody ever talks about that either. You should see the crap. I started mentioning that in college classes. Yes. And I bet you got a lot of blowback and a lot of trouble for it, just like I did, if you did. And I'm not talking this is new. I'm talking this goes back into the 90s. The 1990s is when I started getting a lot of crap for this kind of stuff. Pointing out factual history and getting my ass chewed for it. Mm-hmm. I don't see anyone crying about that.
No.
So
I will say there is a lot, if you're interested in people traveling out west, back in the day, when the California Gold Rush or prior
mhm.
to that happened, people going from east to west, there are some fascinating stories about
Yep.
how they built the railroad, and it was on the back of the Chinese laborers. And
Yes.
they abused the hell out of them. I mean, it was
Oh,
bad.
bad. I
Hmm.
mean, I hate to say this, but comparing, because it was through the late 1800s all the way into the 1900s. And then let's not
That's
start
correct.
what Woodrow Wilson and all those assholes during World War II did to the Asians. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
sorry. We have no right to speak when it comes to we're better than every other country when it comes to that, because we're not. We have been in the last 50, 60 years. We've gotten a lot better than a lot of countries have. But it's not just going to the black people who get to whine and cry about slavery crap. You don't hear the Asians protesting and wanting and demanding reparations. You don't hear them throwing it up every time they get in trouble. They could. I mean, shit, come on. I was in college in the 80s, but it was in California, and they were touchy about the Chinese thing. Okay, that's that. Yeah, so it goes way back. This nonsense of we can only talk about black people being slaves. Something isn't right when we can only talk about them. What about all the other groups? So what we have a
And
month
then,
of the
yeah,
1 month every month is dedicated to some race. Come on.
ridiculous. I mean, I think each race probably has their own type of national holiday, or some week, like everybody probably has a Greek festival or some festival of some type in their area that celebrates the ancestry or whatever of
Well,
their
yeah, they
particular
do, but
race.
it's not a national holiday for
Right,
us. They just
right.
celebrate of their own accord. Like, I mean, I've been
Exactly.
in Greektown, Detroit during some of the Greek holidays. Chinatown during the Chinese New Year is absolutely amazing if you ever get a chance to see it. Holy shit, beautiful. Mexican
But the
Town
issue,
has their
right?
holidays. Yeah, but
The
you don't.
issue is, though, when it's being also not only a national holiday, but I also want you to consider that it's also being forced upon our children in the educational system,
Exactly.
where you spend a month, a day,
Uh
when
huh.
the same level is not applied to other races.
Yeah, it's unfair.
Hmm.
It's the
I have
minority
never,
gets to
I
control
have
the
never
majority
seen,
because they're spoiled brats.
I have never seen from the time we moved out here, my my boys or Jake have anything to do with like a Hispanic inventor ever. Not one time. Not once.
Really?
Nope, not once.
How are they ever going to know where tequila comes from? And yes, I know that sounds absolutely horrible, but it works.
Hmm.
Um,
They'll find out when they hit that liquor store. But I'm
uh,
saying that's how
well, Blue Rose
that's
says there is a Hispanic month from September 15th to October 15th.
it's not a federal holiday though,
Yeah,
right?
Vanilla Pie says Happy National Pastafarian Day. Oh my God. Well, that's on April 1st. Oh my. You're adorable. You're adorable. That's too cute. Pastafarian.
But
I don't think. I'm assuming that's a joke towards the Italians and their pasta.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we have National Ice Cream Day and all this bull crap,
Some
and it goes.
stupid shit.
It is
Yes.
why? Why?
Why?
All it does is segregate. I think us even further. You
Well,
know.
Ice Cream Day brings us together,
Well,
and you know it. Ice
right,
cream's
and
great.
right, and it's no different than when we played the video with the chick that was told do not sing the national anthem in Spanish, and she did anyway.
Yep.
And she lost her job over it.
Yeah.
She was like,
and
well,
then she got all upset about it. Now, I get it.
Said,
it is legal to sing it in Spanish, but she was told by the employer not to do it.
Not to do it. Right.
It is legal to do, but she was told not to. And guess what? They can override you. It's not a constitutional mandatory that it has to be sung in Spanish. It's just okay to, if you want to, or you have permission to. It is, the state still, and the vendor still has the right to supersede because it's not a constitutional law. It's, just hey, have fun with it. Art says, the problem is white guilt. We white folks created the problem by feeling guilty about the way some folks have been treated, but it's very selective. I feel bad for them, but I don't blame myself for it because, one, my family wasn't here, and two, I never did anything wrong.
I have no guilt about it. If anything, I'm pissed off about it. I'm sick of it. I've grown up with it all my life. My
that's right.
toiled in the freaking coal mines and the stories I found. Yeah. Okay, right.
Pastafarian Day, I remember now. It's because of this flying spaghetti religion. Yes, I absolutely forgot. And if you don't know what the flying spaghetti monster religion is, yeah, go dive in that rabbit hole on your own. I'm not getting into it. Holy fucking shit.
Okay then. Let's move along.
Yeah. Let's hit play.
Yeah, but
it's going to take a second for you to hear it, D.
What?
Oh, okay. No, it was just loud. Oh. Yes, but white people, you know what? Hold on. You talk. Go for it. Go ahead. What was the question again?
He said,
should we have White History Month?
Should we have White Fuck Month?
No, why not?
Because,
I have to mute for a second, Crazy P.
Okay.
They have, am I allowed? The Caucasian ethnicity, they are oppressors. So why are we having White History Month?
We're oppressors?
Yeah, so as White History, we're going to talk about slavery. We're going to celebrate slavery.
You're sure oppressing her now by letting her talk.
Do you know who sold black people into slavery?
Not me. Not my kind.
Black people.
Not me.
I mean, I'm just saying black people sold their own kind.
So who's the direct source? You have the actual evidence on that, sir?
I mean, you could literally look it up. It's not hidden or anything.
Who did you
It's
vote?
It's common knowledge. I didn't vote.
Oh.
That's the problem.
If I would have voted, I would have voted for Hitler.
Oh,
Are you wait?
Oh, how?
Are you actually genuine question? Are you?
It's a genuine question. Should we have White History Month?
No, put this mic on.
How come black people have a history month?
That's what I was wondering too. Why?
You don't think they should?
I don't understand why there's any history month for anything. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're a veteran or something like that, maybe I'd understand. There's a Veterans History Month or something like that. But I mean, to me, everyone's all one color. You know what I mean? That's how I look.
We're one color?
Yeah, I don't see black for white.
We have Black History Month?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, why though?
Because of things black people have gone through. It needs to be appreciated, even though it shouldn't just be forced into 1 month. It should be every day too.
What have black people gone through?
Slavery and discrimination every day to this day.
Every group has went through discrimination and slavery.
I don't know what European Americans went through.
She don't know what European Americans went through. Shall we discuss what the Irish went through when they got here, and what the Italians went through when they got here, and the Polacks, the Polish people when they got here? Oh my God, he's trying to rage bait now. Yeah, at this point, I agree with you. He is. This is just... Ooh, buddy. You know what's sad is that they haven't bothered to research if any other groups have been enslaved in history and what other cultures have gone through. All they care about is their own culture, and they want us to care about that, but they've never even researched into what we've, as the various cultures, mine included, yours, whatever. They haven't bothered to look into those, but they still want us to respect and study theirs. Make it make sense. It bugs me. It bugs me to no end.
Right. And that's the issue that I have with it.
Don't force me to learn about yours if you're not willing to learn about mine.
Right.
Plain and simple. I mean, shit. I know that my kids, great, and I think it's 3 generations back or 4. One of their great grandmothers in more recent times, like again, but after the Civil War, the grandmother she was in the late 1800s, grandmother, lived on a Cherokee reservation. They have pictures of her in a teepee with her husband, who was Dutch. That's what we have, an actual picture in the family photo albums of her. And that is on their father's mother's side. That there was full-blooded Cherokee married into the Dutch and had children down the lines. And I believe it ran on her father's side. So her father's grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee, if I remember correctly. So it was their second great, something like that. Second or third. My whole point still remains. Pure insanity that they want to sit there and tell us we have to learn their culture, but are not willing to listen about ours.
I think they start out with, Johnny Appleseed is probably as good as it gets. Maybe Thomas Edison. Albert
But they're going to
Einstein.
twist Johnny Appleseed into a racist somehow. You watch.
I know.
And if anyone in this audience does not know who Johnny Appleseed is, what the? That's like my kids who didn't know who Paul Bunyan was. Or Pecos Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on those. Something ain't right.
They're not taught, they're not
Babe
taught
the Big
anymore.
Blue Ox. Art says, one of the people who are alive, of the people alive in America today, show me one slave. Just saying. Thank you. I'm pinning that one.
Me.
Oh, well, we're all slaves to the IRS.
True.
Does that count?
I think so.
And I mean every one of us.
Yep.
That's a possibility if we want to really get technical. Art says, nobody in my family was even in the country when slavery was legal, so how is any of it in any way my fault? Same here. Right. Mm-hmm. I have met one person who was alive at the time. I don't know if she is anymore today, if she's passed on or not. Her father was a freed slave, and he got her mother pregnant when he was 88, and she was like barely 20.
Oh my God.
And so he was her father. He was alive at 88 years old, but he was freed when he was I believe he was 10 or younger. I want to say he was a little under 10 when he was freed, and ended up being her father, and she was alive. So she was definitely a direct descendant, one generation off from a freed slave. And I believe she was born in the late 1920s. So, if I remember correctly. And again, I love talking to old people because of that history. I'm not pro or against any of it. I just want to get as much of it as possible. First-hand experience. Give me your stories, please. If anyone wants to come up and do a life family story, I would love to hear it. That would be a fun one. Questions that need answers. We could just start doing genealogy interviews. So
they're fascinating to listen. You know, if you spend any time with if you still have grandparents that are still alive, great-grandparents, even your own parents, I strongly suggest that you go and just sit and talk to them and ask them what their life was like. What was it like when they grew up? Were things challenging? Were they difficult, easy? What they liked, what they didn't?
I was that annoying kid
And
that asked whether they wanted to talk about it or not.
right, and you'll hear things that perhaps you may have heard stories when you were younger, but as an adult, they're going to add some pieces that will be perhaps eye-opening. I
Or was
know
left
my
out because you were so innocent.
first child, that's correct. And that happened, especially with my father. I had known certain things, and once I was older and found out way more, it puts things into quite a bit of context of why and how things had happened. So, if you have any ill will feelings towards somebody, or if you think they might have information that you may want, or just to sit down and talk to your grandparents or whatever. I mean, I can remember as a little kid going to grandma's, and she used to make homemade feather down quilts, and her throwing that up in the air and covering us up. And I thought it was neat because this is how stupid shit was. We got the newspaper on Sunday with the comics, but she got it on Saturday. And we got to read the comics the day before. And she would go and get us pop in glass bottles, and I mean, just the time. And I missed that time. And she would then tell us stories about how the little kids used to have to walk to the coal mines to give the food and stuff to their dads, and how they would have
Because
to
lunch
walk.
was not served in a lunchbox back then.
Right.
It was carried on a plate to the workers because lunchboxes really weren't that existent, and they were very expensive.
Yep. And that they used to walk the railroad tracks picking up coal just to be able to heat the home.
Yep.
And living through the Depression. There's all types of stories that are out there. So
I have been to homes in Detroit that still had coal chutes that were visible. And there was the if you ever see the houses with this big old mound in the backyard, it was usually where the ice was stored to keep the food. And it was an underground ice shed, basically, that you stored food in. And some people leveled them out over the years, but I have seen houses with them still in existence. And people, I'd ask, hey, why is that mound there? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, I bet it was one of the original refrigerators. And they looked at me. It was, or it was an old well house. It could have been a dozen things that got just taken over.
Or it could have been the like when we moved in, we kept it up for years till it started to fall apart, and that was the original outhouse.
Yep.
And you can't believe how far from the house it was. I mean, it was far. And it'd be pretty damn scary at nighttime with a candle that there was no flashlight.
Yep.
There was no rope that went from, the house. Man, I would just probably have to, I don't know what I would do in that sense. In the middle of the night, having to go pee and try to run out there and come back. What about in the wintertime?
Oh, that's a story. My family had a cabin. My mom's family had a cabin in a small town that they would go to for the winter. And when she was growing up, it only had an outhouse. And her friend dropped a glove down in the hole and was trying to reach it and got stuck. Head down in an outhouse in the middle of winter. It happens. Do you know before toilet paper, they used to take newspapers and magazines and old books to the outhouse? That's where reading on the John came along.
Yep.
It was, you read it and you used it. Chamber pot, D.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? Don't laugh.
Those still exist. I've seen them in secondhand antique shops.
As a little kid, probably, well, not even little, up until the age of probably 8 years old, we used a chamber pot at my grandmother's house. Oh, yes, we did.
Yep, and then it went to the outhouse in the morning.
Yep. I
Corn
forgot about
cobs.
the rainbow
You want
cob.
to clean up with a corn cob? Ouch. I could see
Yep.
corn leaves, but not a corn cob vanilla pie. That, or you're using it for the wrong purpose.
Oh, you had to go there. No, you didn't. Oh, she did.
Oh, you're using it for some alternative purpose I really don't want
Yeah.
information on, okay? Leave that info to you. I'm just putting it out there.
We have a junky metal detector that one day I want to get over there by that old house and see if perhaps maybe a coin or two from ancient times fell in.
Uh-huh.
But by now it's okay to probably dig in the dirt, but
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's just fertilizer.
Right, I know.
And yes,
But
I am older now than I've ever been, actually.
that.
Corn cob was normal. I would not have used a corn cob, and I think they used it for other reasons. We're not going to go there. I'm just going to shut up because we're not going there. We need to hit play.
You know what? Don't discount anything. You know that? Desperate times could call for desperate measures.
Oh, no. I'd go grab a handful of leaves from a tree. Make sure it's not poison ivy.
Exactly. Watch out for poison sumac as well.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Let's
Go
hit
ahead.
play so I can shut up about where that corn cob was actually going. Here we go.
I would say because slavery here, it was based on their skin color, not just because it was slavery.
There's
It
no
was
color?
not based on their skin color.
Aren't we different though?
Liar.
Depends on what.
We are humans.
Oh, my phone's dead. I can't hear it anyway.
But, I mean, there's wolves, but there's different types of wolves, right?
Go ahead. It doesn't matter. You can. When you talk,
for me,
I'll know where you're
I
at.
live here for such a long time, so for me,
This is
there's,
ridiculous.
no difference.
I mean, everybody was slaves. She said like black people went through things that white people didn't go through.
I think that there should be a Black History Month because their history is not talked about enough.
What's
It's
black
talked
history?
about too much.
Black history involves all of their experiences and how it carries in today's day and age.
What are their experiences?
I don't need to talk about that with you.
You know, can you name one black invention?
Convention.
Invention.
Invention? I don't know. Not off the
There's
top of my
none.
head. Exactly. And that's why there should be a Black History Month.
So you don't see color?
No.
Let's say you're like walking down the street and you see like some hood guy dressed up. He's black. Would you cross the road?
Still, they're human.
Well, no, I don't think anybody's saying they're not human, but aren't we different? Like past our skin color, the way we act.
As a skin color, I really don't care.
No White History Month? Why not?
Oh, I believe that we should not have White History Month because Black History Month is not celebrated because we're black. It's celebrated because we were liberated. You guys weren't liberated. You had your own space. We were.
Hold on. White people weren't ever liberated? The Irish were liberated when the Africans were liberated when the slavery in America. My ancestors were liberated in the 1920s. Like, really? They're saying that that Black History Month is to celebrate their liberation and that white people were never liberated. Oh, the hell! I've got a long list of people you need to speak to. Can you believe that?
Right, and this is what sometimes frustrates me with these types of videos in that the information isn't provided to them. I'd at least have maybe something on a card that's, well, they wouldn't read it anyway or do anything, but it feels like there needs to be a conversation versus these just sometimes get up and ask a question, you know, so that the people that you're talking to perhaps could have some type of understanding.
Yeah,
right?
he could have
You
been
might not,
firing back about that by saying, "Oh, well, here's this group that were enslaved until
right,
this era and this one and long
right,
past your guys' freedom.
right,
Almost a damn century. An additional
correct.
60 years
And
beat
not only
past
that,
you."
but when it does come to slavery, the who came to end slavery in the South, the majority of the people were white that fought that war. It was whites, pretty much whites against white.
It
For the
was.
most part.
Yeah.
For the
Well,
most
no,
part.
actually, during the Civil War, they were mostly
There were
support staff, but they never actually. There was one battle that was fought with all black soldiers. They made a movie about it, Glory, with Denzel Washington.
In it. That's correct.
Yes. And I had to work really hard to keep my pie hole shut about historical inaccuracies that really didn't make a difference to the plot of the movie, but yeah, I had to sit on that one.
Right.
And I agree with you, Vanilla Pie. The education system has absolutely failed. One, she's talking about we need to, recognize all these black people, but can't name one thing they invented. Can't name one thing about their history. I don't want to talk about that with you. That's a cheap way of getting out of. I can't think of any. It's like these people don't realize that the more they talk, the worse they sound. And then by the time they finally catch on that they are making themselves sound stupid, they're just like, well, I'm not going to talk about it with you. Like, that's a cop-out. That is 100% a cop-out. If you don't know, it's okay to say, I don't know. Why are they so afraid of saying, I don't know?
Because everybody doesn't want to appear to be stupid.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a part of it. Yeah, let's get through these last 5 minutes. We probably won't get to one of the we might be able to get through part of one of the videos, but we'll see.
For a White History Month, every day is white history. For y'all.
No, it's not.
Do you know who sold black people into slavery?
I think a lot of people sold black people.
Yeah, it's not one singular person.
Black people
I'm just eating potato chips since I
correct.
can't hear anything.
Correct.
I'm
but
sorry.
We're not talking about exactly
That's okay.
us, the month. We're talking about the liberation behind the month.
The liberation?
Correct.
We should celebrate that the slaves got freed, and that's Black history?
That's what Black history is. Yeah.
There's nothing more than that? That they were slaves, they were oppressed?
It's way more than that, but the start, you know who created Black History Month?
No.
So then you shouldn't be out here asking that question.
So you don't think there's
Well,
differences?
good for him for not answering it. Like, dude, teach him then. Okay, he asked, for Dee's sake, he asked the white guy, do you know who came up with Black History Month? The guy says no. He goes, well, then you shouldn't be out here talking about this, and walks off. Instead of telling him who did and educating him on it, he walks off.
Right. Or he doesn't know himself, and it's easy to make the comment.
Yeah, it's a cop-out. It's another cop-out. Like, y'all, just, if you don't know it yourself, and he doesn't know it, maybe research it together. Ask him, let's look it up. Here, let me pull up my phone, and I'll type it in, and we can read it together. What is so hard about this? I know I sound like I'm crazy, and I'm sure my kids are upset because I'm probably yelling, but what is so hard about researching each other's history? Why are you just going to walk off and be like, well, you shouldn't talk about it? Well, how the hell else are we going to know if we don't talk about it? My blood pressure's starting to peak. I can feel it.
All right, keep going or we won't get through it.
I know. It just pisses me off when they do this. It does. Like, Okay, here's play button.
It's our skin color.
Yeah, stereotypes. A lot of people portray, the wrong people and stuff,
I mean, but, would it be racist to say black people are better basketball players?
I mean, look at the NBA. It's all black people.
No, yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Right.
So is it racist to say white people are better, philosophers, engineers, better scientists?
You never know, because you know how many black people have invented stuff and
Zero. Literally.
And
zero.
that's where he's wrong
It's kind of
too.
crazy.
I don't know.
There have been black inventions, but they always go with the wrong ones. Maybe we can break that down on a questions that need answers day.
There you go.
We can continue. Maybe this Sunday I can pop that in. If I got to force time on Sundays or Monday to do it. I've got to. Okay, but I'm going to hit play again. But yes, black people have invented things. Maybe not in America, but they've still invented things. Yeah. Anyways, here we go. Let's hit play.
I guess I'm not really too comfortable talking about this.
George
Fair
Washington
enough. You know who
Carver
sold black people into
did the
slavery?
peanut thing.
Say it again.
I said, wasn't it George Washington Carver did the peanuts? He didn't invent the peanut, but he was big
I'll
in
have to
bringing
double
that
check
up.
that. I will
think
have to
it was
double
him.
check it. Yeah.
Somebody did the cotton gin, I believe.
Yeah, that was another slave who
Correct.
oh god, it
It's
was on the
coming
tip of my
back
tongue
from
just now.
Booker? Was it Booker?
No. Hold on. Google time. 1 moment, folks. We're gonna
and then
who
Jimmy
invented the
Carter
cotton
stole the
gin?
peanuts. Yeah, and Jimmy Carter then stole the peanuts.
Yeah, whoops. Good job. Hit a C instead of a G. Eli Whitney.
Whitney.
Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Was he a slave? No, he wasn't. Hold on, we're about to find out. Oh. Here goes my hands.
There's that black woman that invented. We looked at her, the furnace. Didn't
No,
she?
he was not a
Robin Hood.
slave. He was actually a white man, so no, that does not count.
We
Hold
looked
on.
at that black woman, right? That was invented the furnace, correct? The version of the modern day furnace.
Yes,
We
we
looked at
did
her
cover
one
that at
back.
one point too.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on. George Washington Carver was known for his works with peanuts. Lewis Latimer improved the light bulb. He improved it, but I still thank you to him. Elijah McCoy was known for the lubricating cup. And Madam C.J. Walker, who built a successful hair care empire. So it was Marie Van Britten who I believe created a security system. It was granted the patent 3 years later.
And then we had the 3 women that helped NASA with the calculations for the which was that the moon landing?
I believe so, yes. But they didn't get credit because it was during the Civil Rights era, just before the Civil Rights era. I mean, again, I'm not trying to sell them short, but this guy's sitting there saying, no, there were none. I can't have it. I can't. There have been. And I can do a deep dive into pulling all the info.
There's way more.
Yes. But let's get through the last 4 minutes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Because this guy is kind of getting on my nerves with it. With saying there were none. But you know what? None of them pushed back on that.
Well,
we know of some.
He's being the smart ass. Instead of having education and a real conversation, he's making it be, well, there were none as a smart ass.
But they don't know any to push back with.
right? But they're also then leaving with a preconceived notion that
Of
there
white
have been
people
none.
that way. Yep.
Yeah, and then white people are this way, and then there are racist undertones, or
Yeah.
well, F that guy or whatever, right? Or that asshole. You know what I mean? He's taken. This is what I'm saying. He's missed a huge opportunity. I mean, again,
I know.
as a creator, you get to do what you want with your channel and do whatever, but as the outsider looking in on this one, I'm like, oh man, you really missed an opportunity here.
Yes, he did. And it really is, in my opinion, a major setback towards the race relations cooling and getting back to what we had it like in the 80s and 90s, when it was actually, people could get along and not have this stress, and we could all joke each other, and stereotypes became a joke that we all laughed at. And no one's feelings were hurt.
And I don't mean this in a smart-ass comment in any way, but if you're having any difficulty historically, just go ahead and take a look at Shark Tank, and you may get some ideas from there.
Yeah. I'm just saying. And I'm talking like I'm going back before, I'm aiming for the before civil rights era. So they can't sit there and say, oh, that's because the civil rights allowed them to. I want to go further back as far as I can, because I don't want that excuse.
Yeah. I didn't get to keep my 3rd grade book, or I would have kept it for you.
I know, but I know how to find this stuff. I'm actually pretty good at finding these historical things because I have a shit ton of websites bookmarked for historical stuff. So let me hit play, because we are getting we're at the hour and 26 mark, and I want to get through this. I know I keep pausing it and because he drives me nuts. And the people he's interviewing are driving me nuts. It's like, y'all suck at this. So let's hit play.
I would say mostly European countries. But
it was black people.
Well, there is a saying that like some African countries sold out their Africans, but that wasn't really a big part.
No, that was actually a huge part.
It was also part of colonization. But
do you care what neighborhood you live in? Like if it's more white or black?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Originally from Czech Republic.
Czech Republic?
Yes.
Oh, he's from where my family's from. Kudos. Got to give him shout outs. The guy he's interviewing is from the Czech Republic. I have to say it because Dee can't hear it. So, yeah, the guy he's interviewing right now in the blue jeans and the white shirt is from the Czech Republic. I thought the accent was kind of Slavic, and I was leaning more towards Romanian, but hey, they're all right next door to each other. And that sounds terrible coming from me. But yeah, but he's sitting there saying, I don't care who my neighbors are. And I don't blame him. He's smart. Hold on. Vanilla Pie says, D, remember, he is picking who he shows. He most likely cuts out the smart people. Oh, that's a good point too, Vanilla.
That's a very good point.
Oh, very good point there. He probably did get pushback from some, and very likely cut them out. Ooh. Okay, let's hit play. But I had to give a shout out to the Czechs.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a pretty majority white country. There's not too many immigrants.
Yeah.
But don't you think that? I'm pretty sure the Czech Republic is one of the safer countries in Europe.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Could that be because there's not so many immigrants from these third world countries?
So you're asking like if it's safe when it comes to?
I'm saying, is there a correlation between how many immigrants there are from these brown and black countries and how safe it is?
Well, here on South Beach is actually pretty safe.
I mean, I'm not saying just South Beach, but like the other cities in the U.S.
That I don't know.
Well, because I was trying to make a petition for people to sign to have White History Month.
Have a White History Month?
Yeah.
I don't think your history is already told enough.
They should be told more.
Okay, tell me a white invention.
White invention,
Yeah.
the car. I mean, they founded electricity. Like the buildings you see, the wheel. Languages. We literally speak a white written language.
I know, right? Isn't
I mean,
that
everything
crazy?
about us.
Exactly. You know everything about yourselves already, right? So why do we need to talk about it more?
Because there's a lot more to talk about.
Exactly.
I mean, exactly.
This chick answers everything with exactly. Whether he's agreeing or disagreeing with her, she answers exactly. She don't know what she's talking about.
And I just can't stand his nonchalant stance and arm movements. I'm sorry. That's all I can comment
he's
on
also
right now.
asking a ton of loaded questions.
Yeah.
I can't. He's
let's
just.
be done with him.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
be
done with him. Let me see what we have up next. Because all we have left is videos. So what I might do really quick is jump to this one. Mm-hmm. And if we have time, we'll finish the last one. So on this video, they're showing how... let me try it again in Discord and see if it works this time.
You know what? Let me go out too.
Okay, and come back in. Well, I'll get it switched, and then you try coming back in.
Okay.
All right. I don't even know if this one has audio, now that I think about it. Just so you know, this one might not even have audio. I can't remember if it has audio or not. So we might have done this for nothing.
It better have a choo-choo with it.
Well, let's find out. But let me show this to the audience. This is a railway in California that, watch how slow this train has to go. And I live a block from railroad tracks. They don't usually go this slow unless they're coming to a stop at the granary. So let's watch this. And this is the railroad tracks in California. Oh, nope, there is audio. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Well, it's not anyone talking. It's just the dinging of the train. But look at that nasty garbage catching up on the wheels. They have to have a person standing out there. That's unacceptable.
That is nasty.
And look at, they're trying to clear all of it out so the train can keep moving. Look at that. And they want to build...
Yep.
And they want to build a high-speed railroad track in California?
Well, that's why they didn't, and that's why the money's gone and missing.
Look at this.
That's nasty.
There's a few more seconds of them trying to clear it out so the train can keep going. And this is just the engine part. Imagine if it was the whole train. Imagine if there were boxcars and passenger cars behind it.
Mm-hmm.
How? Like, you can't have pride to clean up your area? I mean, you can be homeless and not have to live like that. Clean up the trash, put it in a dump, don't leave it on the railroad tracks. Like...
And the city is well aware that this is occurring, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And so, again, nobody wants to encourage the homelessness, but, you know, dumpsters could certainly be placed in locations, or, you know, the trash collection could come by and pick up trash. You know,
we got lots of prisoners who could definitely be put to use.
Oh, exactly. There you go. That's what we could have those 14, 15, and 16-year-old kids doing. Cleaning up the trash.
Juvenile delinquents. There's your probation. Show up, clean up.
Yep. Maybe we should send that to Judge Janine.
Oh, I'm sure she would. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure she would. I've known more than one judge to put kids in cleanups like this. They'd have to go out and clean it up. That's your probation. Get your ass out there. Clean up your city. You want to go and do something stupid? They usually do it for vandals.
Right.
The entire state is aware of the homeless problem in California.
Right.
But they won't do anything about it. Why?
Right.
Because they got to line their pockets. And, they're supposed to have the Olympics coming soon. They're supposed to have some World Cup thing for
the World
soccer,
Correct.
football, for those who don't speak American English. And then there's, they have that rail they're trying to build, and they want to make a 15-minute city, basically. So they had to burn down the Palisades and all those areas, and basically what they're going to do, what Detroit did with the homeless, shuttle them out to some other area, drop them off, and then come back.
Exactly.
Detroit's done that for the Super Bowl.
That's what they did in San Francisco when China came to visit.
Yep.
Newsoms
they just
had
took them and dumped them elsewhere.
Yep. The city, there wasn't, it was spick and span. The city had never been so clean. In fact, I think a little white dot showed on the brown dot. Crazy Bee, let's hold this till tomorrow, and
that's what I was
stop
thinking.
early.
It's not showing. It's just on the back side.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Until
we can hold that till tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
we'll
let me go and pull it out of the
show notes.
The show notes, but the
I know what
that
you mean.
thing.
Yeah, the thing. So we're probably going to end early then today, and let's see. Tomorrow, don't forget, we have a pre-programming for you, so we will not be live, but we will have a show for tomorrow already scheduled from 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll be back on Tuesday live from 3 to 5. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah. And it's been a crazy week. Well, since last Friday for me at least, since trying to undergo all of this. And I guess one thing I'll share is that, and for my friends, Crazy Bee, some other people that are around, they know that there's sometimes when I get a little crazed or a little, if I'm not my usual self, something is wrong. And that means some type of illness. And so fortunately, several people are now aware of that and have borne witness to it. Crazy Bee, and I'm just going to name the other name, and if she doesn't like it, too bad. And that would be Blue Rose. Have now been with me long enough that they have witnessed and can call it out. So if you see or hear me and I'm out of the ordinary, usually something's wrong. Yes. So that means that I either need to be at the hospital, to which I usually refuse to go until the paramedics are taking me, or in this particular case, we did finally get a doctor's appointment that we had to wait over 2.5 weeks for, to which when they finally did it, they said, you'll be there for 7 days to get IV antibiotics, and that's what we just completed today. So hopefully by Monday, if we are not better, we will be back in the hospital. So I think it's working, but I'm not sure. After falling, everything hurts still, so...
in other words, if D gets mad at Blue, there's an emergency.
Correct.
Yep.
Or if I get mad at Blue or I get mad at Crazy Bee, something's wrong. It's a medical emergency. So
and
if you guys
I've started noticing the trend that because I know you haven't been feeling good and stuff, and I try to take that into consideration with a lot of things, and so I'll even try to be gentler with my joking and stuff, because I don't want to accidentally cause you to get upset and more stressed and you take it the wrong way, and then it's a long conversation about why it wasn't meant to be taken that way and all this other stuff. So, we love you and we care about you, and we just want you to get better.
I hear. And remember, that apple don't fall far from the
I
tree,
know I
girl.
am notoriously
Yeah.
bad for not listening.
Could you imagine if I smoked and drank on top of it, and I wouldn't have my nicotine or alcohol or whatever? I'd be I'd be off the chain.
I have had my
I
nicotine
need it.
withdrawal before. Actually, it was just even last night because I ran out and had to wait a few hours, about 6 hours, before we could go get more. Oh, Lordy. I don't throw things or scream and cuss and cry anymore, but I do feel agitated and I do get easily pissed and annoyed from it. Like PMS on steroids when I don't have my nicotine. So, yeah.
And try combining that when, and it has happened, where it's two parties that are going at the same time. So try that.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's that's a unique situation. It's like the planets have collided and all hell has broken loose.
Yes.
But
And
somehow,
it's like
yeah,
we're talking,
somehow,
but somehow something in our backgrounds is happening, but it's not carrying over to the other one. And we're both responding to the other one. And we think that that person's now that you're responding to me or I'm responding to you. And it leads
mhm,
to chaos.
yep.
It has happened more than
So,
once, actually.
oh yeah, it has. And it will continue to do so as the future goes on. I can personally guarantee it will happen at least twice a year.
Uh-huh.
Usually in the summertime and usually in the wintertime. It's
Yep.
every 6 months for me. Every 6 months. So, but
But
without the
we
two of
worked through
them,
it and we just understand. And I said, what I really need to do is have a camera on my end facing me so you can see who I'm screaming at,
talking to,
silently screaming at. And that way it doesn't lead to confusion when we're talking. I should just stand my camera so it's pointing at whoever's coming in to piss me off.
and I said likewise. And so,
Behold
and if it
me.
would,
I love my son.
and
He
if
walks
it
in and
wouldn't be
says,
for the,
Behold
yeah,
me.
if it wouldn't be for Crazy Bee and Blue, we've gotten through many a tough time in the hospital, in different nursing facilities and stuff. And I love them both. I appreciate them both. I don't know what I'd do without either one of them. And here comes the
Depend on the
thunderstorm.
other even more.
Yeah,
And
but
that's what we're here for. That's what friends are
yeah,
for.
right. And somehow we always find our way back. We might not talk for a little bit, a couple hours or a couple days. I think the longest was maybe a day and a half was the longest. And just because we were both at the same time going, we're digging in our heels, but we all love one another. And so if you do hear or think that something is amiss in River City, it probably is, but it'll be fixed. So,
Yep.
and usually while shit's going on, we're probably DMing on our phones anyway, back and forth to each
Mm-hmm.
other, or text messaging, or doing something, or putting something in somewhere. But yeah, it's been a rough week, and now the between the fall last Friday out of the truck and the fall on Monday, man, whew, that just
It's
did me in.
tough.
I'm bruised. Yep. And I look like a pincushion from Nurse Ratchet. She did redeem herself, though, today. She only had to do one IV stick instead of 12 on
Good.
Monday. So she did redeem herself as a nurse, because if not, I was going to have to call her in and have the state take away her licensing.
Some people are just hard draws. I can tell you that for a fact.
Oh no, I've been stuck so many. Well, that could be the problem, being stuck so many times. There's
Actually, it
nothing left.
does. The more that you've had IVs put in, the more scar tissue in your veins.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on the heroin addicts. Oh my God, you're never getting blood from them. Their veins will look like garden hoses, but you will get jack shit out of them.
Wow. Oh. And then I made the mistake again. I've done it. Well, I did it last week and I did it today. And I ran into Al, that 71-year-old guy. I ran into him at the exact same spot, but he was
that's
pushing
awesome.
somebody else. He was pushing somebody else, and he was like, "You need to make it all the way to the desk." And I was like, "Oh God!" I made it to the desk, and then that was it. I was done.
Yep.
And then I was like, I can't. I called EJ and said I can't do this by myself anymore. So
Yep.
I just got to
Seated
resign.
walker or wheelchair time.
It's wheelchair time. So at least when I'm out.
Yep.
So
until you get better, and then you can go back to your walker.
Yes, ma'am. So with that being said, we're finishing up, as we stated, pre-recorded tomorrow, which I have no idea. I'm going to have to listen because I don't know what we pre-recorded.
Oh, then it'll be a surprise for you too.
Okay. I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah.
And then we'll get started on the next set for. We got some projects we got to get our ass in gear for that we can't discuss yet. Maybe next week we'll be able to give you some inklings on what's in the pipeline. But we have some deeper dives instead of trying to stay current on what's going on. And there's just so much that, I don't know, it's hard to not keep current events going, but we'll see where things go as we progress on this journey. And don't forget, we're also seriously considering maybe after Labor Day doing Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9. And then Wednesdays and Fridays from 3 to 5. We thought that we'd be able to pick up some different audience members that we weren't hitting at the 3 to 5 mark, because for some reason now, and Crazy B has noticed as well as I have, it's just not us. We've dropped from our over almost 2,000 views down to nil again. We don't know if it's because we're in the basement or underwater again because of the topics we're covering, or is it that bots had been in place in Rumble. We've also noticed that some other content creators are experiencing the same types of drops. So we don't know if Rumble is coming down harder on the bot situation. And Crazy B, what about on YouTube? Do you know anything about that?
Our YouTube numbers have been the same.
Okay.
They're steadily growing, but fundamentally the same. It's a smooth thing, unlike Rumble where it's like this waving in and out.
Right. And do you think there are any bot issues in YouTube at all?
No, not for us. I haven't seen any there, only on Rumble.
Right.
And I wonder if they're just there to boost us because somebody wants us to pay them to do it more often. It usually coincides with those comments that say, I can help you grow your channel.
Right. And for those of you that are listening that may be hoping to solicit business from us, we do not have the chamber pot to piss in. Understand? Literally.
They don't ever watch the show. They just go and find someone's video and drop a comment in it.
Well, I don't... Maybe we should have posted across the top. No pot to piss in, or some chamber pot or something. Don't come this way. Because we don't have a dime. So...
And I wouldn't pay for bots anyways. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, so we had already decided there would be no bot farming. And I do believe that... Isn't that a YouTube violation?
Oh, yes. I believe it is. It's not a written one, but it's definitely an unacceptable thing.
Okay. So again, we're not quite sure. Our numbers went down, and hopefully we'll go up with some of this future planning that we have, and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And just being consistent and having fun. That usually
Right.
helps the most.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I'm done for the day. I'm whipped.
Yeah. Oh, Art says with Alzheimer's every day is a surprise. Oh, Rumble is kind of a weird platform. It wouldn't surprise me if it's bot traffic to make you buy services and stay on the platform. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's what we were thinking.
Yes, sir.
Make it, have you all feel all excited and giddy. Oh, look at our numbers. We just started and we're almost at 2,000. Oh, wow. And then we get 2 letters and they're like, well, watch this.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's why like I said, when we were hitting those numbers, I'm not sure what was leading to it, but, I'd like to just build a very solid, true base.
What was funny was we were like, what 2,000 people would listen to us? And, yeah, we were laughing in the beginning. It was pretty funny, actually.
But it will be nice if those numbers become real people. That would be epic.
Exactly. Yep. We'll get there maybe someday.
Oh, yeah,
Hopefully.
one day at a time. That's all
Yep.
you can do. And if you get there faster, I'm going to call you out for using bots and I won't watch your crap.
Correct. And there's a lot of, there was a new creator that I saw that came out in less than 2 weeks. Oh, how many I can't remember now, but it was an exorbitant amount of followers. It was absolutely obnoxious. And there's no way.
Especially with such ridiculous content.
Correct. Music reaction. And the content consisted of play the music video, and then turn the head, open your mouth, and gasp. And turn around and watch the music video, and turn your head, open your mouth, and gasp. And I was like, oh, okay.
There's no way anyone is actually watching that.
Oh, that's what we could do, Crazy Bee. We could pull up articles and videos, and since you're going to have the camera on at your house, I'll read them or play them, and you just turn your head, open your mouth, and gasp, and we'll just go back and forth. No, you don't want to do that. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Nope. That is so lazy.
Okay. Just offering something else up.
I would much rather do the work, put the meaningful content out, and build the group that way instead of paying for bots and doing lazy work just to make more money than I paid for the bots.
Right. And those bots aren't cheap either, by the way.
No, I've priced them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually looked into it because I was calling some people out about it, and I actually looked at some of the prices. Yeah, it ain't cheap.
No, it ain't.
If you want those views, it is like $10 a bot just for the views. You want likes, it's $20. You want comments and subscribe, it's $30 to $40. Oh yeah. Oh, and if you want them in your live shows, it's even more.
Yes, right. That's the funny thing is, whoever thinks this stuff up, what a lucrative business before it became a problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, initially you would think, oh, let me help your channel, and you would just do the channel as an umbrella, right? But then they broke it down and go, well, how many likes do you want? How many dislikes? How many comments? How many shares? How many follows? How many this?
What type of comments do you want?
Yes, positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can custom tailor your audience.
Yes, you can. Male,
a couple
female.
$1,000.
Yeah. And I was like, are you serious about, I mean, it was pretty interesting. And I want to know how they came up with the pricing structure on some of it.
I
But I'm
don't
sure there's
know,
a
but they do.
method to the madness. Yeah.
It's messed up, and I don't like content creators that use them.
Right.
And I will not promote content creators that use them at all.
So
And I ain't going to watch their content either.
I hear you. All right, folks, I'm done for the day. So I'm out. I'm actually
Uh-huh.
having breaded pork chop with mashed potatoes and corn made by my lovely son.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good food.
There you
So
go.
I will add stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Where's my mouse?